we've been asked to discuss the entities that you can use in gCADPlus to create nice flowing shapes, such as you might use for garden bed edging. And if we take this simple example here, if I select that shape that runs through here, it looks pretty much like a semicircle, but it's been created by the use of the Bezier curve. The Bezier, if we click on it again, has a control point up well above it, and I can adjust the shape of the curve by moving things away, so you can get an eccentric sort of shaped garden bed quickly and easily. You can also, of course, use the Polyline command. So if I select this one, it's not called a Bezier, or not named Bezier, it's named Polyline, but I have applied some curve fitting to it, and I've applied Bezier, a B-spline with cubic fitting. You've got quite a lot of opportunities here. If I click on any of these, you can see the shape will change. So we're fitting the spline so that the curve goes through the actual vertices, the control points. So you can make some nice shapes with a polyline, and you've got some degree of control over editing. You see I can move here, but it's not sort of bending in the way that I would like. So you might like to try using a spline curve. So I click here. It's still called in the properties box a polyline, but again it's got a number of features with it. I can just pick any vertex and just move things around and get nice control over all sorts of aspects of the Bezier. If I draw a Bezier, let's draw one, and we just roughly get that sort of shape. So I just click and then exit from there. If I select it, see it draws a whole series of individual Bezier curves. You can't join them or do a lot with them. So we really want to draw the spline in a different way. So we'll say draw a spline. We'll click and we'll click and click. Can you see it's bending nicely with me as I move in here? And like so. And now if I right click and say enter, I'm asked to set the start angle. It's the angle between the line and the direction I'm now heading. So I can beautifully adjust that however I like to get a nice shape. And I come over here, it wants me to end in that way. So if I click it, you've still got these control points, but you can do some more fine editing in here. So we certainly like that one. You could simply break the circle. So if we say modify, just draw a circle, of course, and then break it. Asks us to select the circle, come in here for the first point and the other, and now we have effectively an arc, a semicircle. Can you see I was able to change its shape fairly nicely, but still restricted in some way. If I select this one, it's now an arc entity. So all of these have their uses, and I've just been experimenting and done a little design here, and just to see how these entities behave. So there's no hard and fast recommendation. There are just a number of tools that you'll find on the draw drop-down menu for polylines and splines and Beziers. You might like to experiment with them.